After traveling around Quito and getting rained on a lot, we decided it was time to head for the coast and search for warm weather.
We traveled by bus over the gorgeous Andes to Canoa, where we spent 2 weeks relaxing and recovering from food poisoning. Our plan was to continue south down the coast of Ecuador on the Ruta del Sol.
We had heard great things about Mompiche, but weren't convinced it was worth the long drive north. Until we made a friend who insisted it was a backpacker's paradise, so we made a last-minute change of plans to find out for ourselves.
It was a long, windy ride to Mompiche, and we arrived in the middle of a rainstorm. So when we woke up our first day, the streets were pretty much straight mud, the mosquitoes were out of control, and roosters crowed 24/7 outside our hostel. We were not convinced about it being a backpacker's paradise.
Our plan was to leave after 5 days, but... So, the restrictions changed.
The President of Ecuador just announced today that with Easter coming this next weekend, that he's changing the restrictions for the next 30 days. So beaches are now closed, all tourist attractions are closed, restaurants are closed after certain hours. There's a curfew from 8 p.m. till 5 a.m. for the next week, and no social gatherings are allowed to happen, even outside. So that means pretty much anything we wanted to do down the coast is now canceled.
So I don't know what we're gonna do. We're kind of stuck here by the sounds of it.
So stay tuned for what we plan to do next.
So we're stuck here. We decided with all the increasing cases elsewhere, we decided we should probably stay here for a month. So we spent a day going around town asking people if there's places to stay for a month. We looked at a couple different places and we finally landed on this one.
So we're paying $300 for the whole month, which is honestly cheaper than we've been paying most places for a night for 2 of us at an Airbnb or a hostel. And honestly, compared to some other places in town that were available, this is technically on the expensive end, but with a shared kitchen, a private bathroom, and this gorgeous ocean view, we cannot be more excited to be spending the month here.
Honestly, we were not too thrilled to be staying in Mompiche for more than 5 days. But after spending a few days here, we got to know the people a little bit, got to know the rhythm of the town a little bit, and it quickly became our favorite place in Ecuador so far. So we wanted to show you a little bit about what this fishing village is really like.
Mompiche is the picture-perfect fishing village. It's very unique because it's on the north coast of Ecuador, but it's also nestled right into the jungle, so it's really beautiful here. There's so many palm trees and big leafy trees that line all the streets. There's tropical flowers everywhere. Everything is just super green and lush. It's really beautiful. You feel very connected to nature when you're here. We're loving it.
Mompiche is the epitome of a small town. There's only about 10 streets in total. There is no ATM for about an hour outside of the city. And there's only 2 grocery stores in which they don't really have anything too fancy.
Muy tranquilo hoy. Gracias. Tengo un buen día.
Amigos.
Other than the awesome people and everyone being pumped about everything all the time here, one of our favorite things about Mompiche is just all the treats you can find just on the street. You can get these little ice creams for about 35 cents. You can get a fresh made juice that's just on the street here for like $1 with all fresh fruit blended up. You can get empanadas and corviches for only 50 cents. It's really awesome. And if you wanted to have like a sit-down restaurant, you can get really cheap seafood that's so delicious. There's a bunch of different options just at the corner that look out on the beach. So yeah, we love that part. I just want you to love me. Hi. Hi. Oh, you're so cute. Look at you. Oh, why are you so scared, man? I just want to be your friend. Love me. Love me. Despite being a very small town, Mompiche has a surprising number of hostels and hotels, and most of them are aimed at a backpacker's budget and kind of style.
So we definitely recommend coming here and just finding a place when you get here, because there's many different places to choose from and you can kind of choose based on your own style and price range.
Yeah, so definitely just walk around and kind of just feel out the vibe of the town and where you kind of want to be located and what kind of place.
This is the perfect town to just hang around all day. Most people we've met seem to be just hanging out in a hammock, either reading, sleeping, or going for a swim in the super warm water.
How far do you think I can make it down without getting splashed?
I don't know, it's pretty wet all the way up.
Now there's no waves. Easy peasy.
That was the easiest thing you could have done.
There's really big waves before. So our absolute favorite thing about Mompiche is how different it is during high tide and low tide. When it's high tide, the waves come right up to the houses here. They even crash into people's yards at certain times of the year. They are just huge waves right onto the rocks. There's no beach really. There's a little bit of sand on this side, but it's usually just covered in boats. So when it's high tide, there's not a lot of activity going on. Only the expert surfers can go out and about. Some people swim, but there's not a lot of beach hanging.
But at low tide, that's when everything kind of comes out to play. There's a big sandy beach that goes all the way out to the jungle. There's tons of people going surfing and swimming and just laying around on the beach. And you even see motorbikes and cars driving all the way down the beach because there's so much room. which is a complete contrast to when it's high tide, when there's absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so it's really awesome, and we've loved getting to learn to always check the tides every morning because it makes a huge difference in your day of what you're going to be able to do. So we just showed you how relaxing and quiet Mompiche is, but when the town really comes alive is when there's good waves. It seems like everyone in town will have a surfboard and is walking to the beach to catch the good waves. It's definitely the most action this town gets. So we're gonna go do that now and take you guys with us.
Mompiche is known for having a very long leftward break, which is actually perfect for beginners, and the waves aren't too big, so we're gonna give it a try.
We've been told that about 2 hours before low tide is the best time to go because the waves are not too big, but they're still very consistent. So we're gonna give it a try and take you guys along. Wish us luck. We've only been a few times before, so.
Sarah's better than I am, but
no.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes today. Every day's different. So much fun. Way more tiring than I thought it'd be. I was like jelly. But we got it together, all the way to the beach. So now for our very last activity every evening, it's time to watch the sunset. It's pretty cool in Mompiche because this is kind of like a nightly ritual, or I guess evening ritual for everyone, because it always sets the same time at 6:30. And if it's a really nice day and it looks like it's gonna be a great sunset, if you look down the whole beach, you can see people sitting all the way along, just looking at the sunset and enjoying it for like the half an hour while it sets. It's a really beautiful experience, and we've really liked the routine of just making sure you're not doing anything else at that time except being ready to watch the sunset.
And another thing that we haven't really touched on is the people. Actually, the people of Mompiche are very wonderful. They have this sort of sense of connection to the land and very conscious of where they're living, and they rely on the jungle and the ocean to really live because they're so detached from other areas in Ecuador. So it's really amazing, I guess just the mentality that people have here, and I hope that kind of rubs off on us as we leave.
Absolutely. And yeah, they've just been so kind and just so fun to hang out with, and we can't really capture that on video. So even though we've given you guys a little bit of a glimpse into Mompiche, by far the best part is the people. And that's why, even though we kind of had a weird first impression on the first few days we got here, we don't know how we're going to say goodbye after a month even, now that we've been here, because we have just loved the people and this place and everything about it. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah. If you haven't already, please like this video and maybe leave us a comment. What did you like about this place? Would you ever come to Mompiche? And if you want to see more of our videos, please hit subscribe.